Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, Hooligan shields, SISRs, peasants, vassals, eavesdroppers, spies. I'm a useful idiot. And, of course, with all these surveillance and spy stories and NSA stories and everything that's coming out, of course, to all of us who have been watching these things for years, none of it really comes as a surprise. It's been going on for a long time. And here's another story that bears out that fact that this is nothing new. We're just finding out about it all. Or I should say finding out about some of it, because as much as we're finding out, of course, they're saying that it's the tip of the iceberg compared to what the capabilities are. And this little bit that we've seen, apparently, is pretty shocking enough. So I don't even know if I want to know the rest. But let's get to this story, because this is important because in progress right now, a lot of the U.S. intelligence agencies, including the NSA and the CIA and the FBI, are pressuring a lot of corporations to have government access backdoors automatically built into all software. So they want to have a little flip switch so they can access the computer of anyone, any place, anywhere, at any time. And turns out that they've been well on the way to doing that. Because there's an article that appeared in 1999 in a Euro computer publication, and it pointed out that the NSA, the National Security Agency in the United States, had already built a backdoor into all Windows software. That's right. And I've had my suspicions about this for quite some time. It'd be so easy to do. And, well, it was easy to do, and so they did it. This article goes on to say, quote, special access codes prepared by the NSA have been secretly built into Windows. The NSA access system is built into every version of the Windows operating system now in use, going back to Windows 95. So I hope you're getting a clear picture here. 95. And that means that Microsoft has been working with the NSA for nearly 20 years. So, well, that's pretty enlightening. Another software giant in the field in the United States, Lotus, also facilitated these NSA backdoors. And as I often say, if one's doing it, they're all doing it. And I don't know if there's any confirmation of that, but I would suspect that if Lotus and Microsoft are building in these access backdoors for government surveillance, then probably most of them are already doing this as well. Then it gets even more interesting, because it turns out that research and investigation has shown that there are keys that are directly traceable to the NSA. So this is not a conspiracy theory, this is fact. And it turns out that there are 3 different keys used in Microsoft software. But although Microsoft acknowledges the keys, they refuse to discuss what the keys do. Well, we pretty much know what they do, so they don't really need to discuss it. But interestingly enough, even insiders at Microsoft who were aware of 2 of the keys were surprised to find out there was a 3rd. And the article goes on to say that within Microsoft, access to Windows source code is said to be highly compartmentalized, making it easy for modifications to be inserted without the knowledge of even the respective product managers. And that's something to bear in mind, too, that's important, because a lot of people always laugh at conspiracy theories because they rationalize that hundreds, if not thousands, of people need to be involved in these conspiracies, and that just simply is not true. Rationally, one can figure out that there can be a lot of players who are involved in the game who don't see the whole game, and therefore can participate, fulfill their roles, even without necessarily being in on a quote conspiracy unquote. And this is a good example of that. A lot of things. And as it turns out, a lot of things could and were built into Microsoft software without even the knowledge of product managers handling different compartments, building computers and software for Microsoft. So anyway, that's pretty interesting. So it turns out the bottom line here is that the National Security Agency and Microsoft have been working together to access Americans' computers and citizens of the globe, probably, computers for the last 20 years. So needless to say, this system is well in place, and it's probably reflective of a lot of other arrangements between corporation and government. Another thing this points out, too, that I find interesting, and I've always wondered about this, because it would be so easy for the government or any other bad actors to basically have you compromise your own computer, because we're all constantly sent out these new upgrade and install this new upgrade, and we're constantly getting these messages, and I know most people just automatically push them and update their systems to whatever it is. That can include Adobe Reader or Google Chrome or any number of operations, and you're constantly getting these, and people just automatically install whatever they're sent. And I'll state the obvious, but it would be pretty easy for them to set you up to be surveilled. They just send you, and in fact, this has been borne out in other articles I've read, that this is one of the methods they use. They send out these fake iTunes updates, and people just automatically upgrade their systems and install a surveillance system and command system for their computers, and they're taken over. So this is how it works. So anyway, another little piece of the puzzle of the NSA police surveillance state in America and the corporate government partnership that I always talk about. Microsoft and the NSA working together for the last 20 years. I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too.